and took them to town in the peanut wagons. They would keep out seed for the next year, the person that owned the peanut mill. And I can remember how everything worked out pretty fair. Pretty fair. But we have a company called Monsanto nowadays that they have seduced and brought under their totalitarian regime many farmers. Now, that being said, there's two sides to this story. Now, the farmers could have told them to go, pee up a dry rope and try to climb it. But they didn't. And now what we have going on is lawsuits. There's a lawsuits going on against Monsanto. Now, they make genetically modified seeds, and in turn you wind up with genetically modified food. Some may enjoy it and some may not. I myself do not enjoy it one bit, you see. But I can remember when my grandpa was alive. I can remember when we used to grow our own stuff. I can remember when there wasn't no GMO seeds to be had around the farm when my grandpa was alive. But as I read this article, we can know and understand that pretty much the farmers are finished if they don't play games with Monsanto. Let me begin the article, please. This comes from Blacklisted News. Yep, pulled out the old court jar this time. Launching a lawsuit against the very company that is responsible for a farmer's suicide every 30 minutes. 5 million farmers are now suing Monsanto for 6.2 billion euros, about 7.7 billion US dollars. Yeah. Well, you see, see that? Yeah. See that? See it? Mountain Valley Seed, Salt Lake City, Utah. Guess what? You want to know how I come across these? You really want to know? You really want to know? Look at there. Wow. See them shiny packs? Monsanto don't own them. And I've got about 8 cans. See, I helped move a guy. I helped move a friend. After he lost his station, I helped move a lot of stuff from him. Not knowing if they were going to try to strip and rip and take everything he had. A couple of years back, I helped move a bunch of stuff for a friend. And I asked for nothing in return. I just wanted to help him. And out comes this big old box of an 8-pack of these cans, and he says, "Here, please take this." So I accepted and thanked him. And some of those seeds are planted. I don't have to sue Monsanto. I don't have to worry about the seeds not being able to reproduce next year. You see, because I decided that I don't want to deal with Monsanto. I don't want to be part of their destruction of the globe. I don't want to be part of them. No. I decided that, you know, we're going to grow our own stuff. No money changed hands. It was just barter. I helped him do something, and in return, he handed me the seeds. Whatever happened? Whatever happened in them days? Whatever happened in them days? Well, people got greedy, and people wanted to get bigger, and people wanted to do things that could mass produce stuff and do it quick so they could have a great return on their yield. Well, it's come back to bite them in the butt, and now they're suing, you see. It's come back to bite them in the butt. And there's about 1.5 pounds of seeds in each can that I bartered and got. And I'm pretty sure that as long as the earth is not tainted, that we can pretty much grow every season until we die. Because the fact of the business is that, see, you got to learn not to waste stuff. You got to learn not to make a deal with the devil. You got to learn that things matter. You got to learn that what was put on this earth and designed for us was put up by the Creator, and that the Creator expects us to get under the leadership, guidance, and obedience of how He said things ought to go. And if you do it that way, then guess what? Things reproduce. Don't you see? But I'll move on with the article. The reason, as many with other cases, such as the ones that led to certain farming regions to be known as the suicide belt, Monsanto has been reportedly taxing the farmers to financial shambles with ridiculous royalty charges. Now, it seems to me that they knew that they ought to read the fine print, the farmers, when they got into this. Now, am I excusing the actions of Monsanto? No. But it seems to me that they should have read the fine print, because they're being taxed with royalty charges. The farmers state that Monsanto has been unfairly gathering exorbitant profits each year on global scale from renewal seed harvest, which are crops planted using seeds from the previous year's harvest. Oh yeah. See, Monsanto has a GMO seed that will not reproduce, or that you cannot hold on to reproduce, but they also have a seed that, if you want that seed the next year, then you got to pay up. You got to pay the piper. You see, well, you know, the first year maybe the GMO seed worked out good for them. They had a great harvest and probably made a lot more money. But turn around the next year and Monsanto tells them, hey, dish it over, buddy. Dish over the money if you want to plant your seeds. Dish it over if you want to have a crop. Dish it over if you want to have a harvest. Dish it over if you want to make payment on that new John Deere tractor you had to have to keep up with the other guy down the road that's got him a new tractor. You see. But anyway, it is for this reason that India slammed Monsanto with groundbreaking biopiracy charges in an effort to stop Monsanto from patenting life. Even India. You know, I read this, I think it was last year, may have been 2010, but India absolutely, the wind was cross-pollinating, blowing the Monsanto seeds over on the other fields that were not Monsanto, and it was literally sterilizing the seeds over in India, where they, you know, kept their seeds every year. The people over in India burnt Monsanto's fields, set them on fire. Look it up. Just Google it. Look it up. Look it up. But anyway, Jan Brew Anger, a lawyer from the farmers who went on record regarding the case. Hold on. India farmers in 2009 alone. After finding that their harvests were failing, they began to encounter economic turmoil. The farmers began ending their own lives, oftentimes drinking the very same insecticide that Monsanto provided them with. You see how this works? You see how this works? is the corporations like Monsanto, they come in and they make an offering, and they want you to play ball with them. They provide the insecticide that you know, the poison. And I know a friend that's pissed about insecticide right now, even today. And they provide you with it, and you wind up destroyed. You wind up destroyed with the seeds. You wind up destroyed with food. You wind up destroyed with insecticide. You wind up destroyed. Now, I know many people won't want to hear this, but the fact of the business is this. All the farmers had to do, all they had to do was do it the way the book says. The way the book says. All they had to do was go with the book, the ancient book. Can't do that, see. Nope. Can't go with the book. We got to go with the world. If we don't go with the world, we won't be able to flourish and profit. So we have to go with the world, but the end result of the world is what? Is death of everything that's touched, everything that's created. Let me read on. As the information continues to surface on Monsanto's crimes, further lawsuits will begin to take effect. After it was ousted in January that Monsanto was running illegal slave-like working rings. Oh yeah, they're running illegal slave-like working rings. More individuals became aware of just how seriously Monsanto seems to disregard their workers. So why would they care for the health of their consumers? In April, another group of farmers sued Monsanto for knowingly poisoning workers and causing devastating birth defects. Oh, it just gets better, don't it? You see? It only gets better, don't it? Poisoning workers and causing birth defects. Yeah, it gets better. It only gets better. Now, what about these lawsuits from these millions of farmers? These affected individuals. Will it be the end of Monsanto? Will this be the end of Monsanto? That's the question we got to ask ourselves today. Will this be the end of Monsanto? I'm not a prophet. I don't believe it will be. See, they cannot end Monsanto and these other genetically modified outfits, because that is part of their plan. That's part of their plan, is to bring about the destruction of not only human life, but of the ground thereof where you plant the seed, and of the reproduction process. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Listen to me. I can't get away from it. I never can. I think from a biblical standpoint. I look at things from a biblical view. Okay? The Creator come to give life and life abundantly. The Creator come and put all kind of herbs and plants on this earth that you and I could use. And He set it up where we could take the seeds from it and what? Plant again and go again. Now, on the other hand, if you look at Monsanto had to have been set up by the devil, Satan himself, because, see, in the Monsanto reign, you don't reproduce, you get your seeds from them. Or if you do have a reproducing seed from Monsanto, what you find out is that you got to pay for them and pay dearly for them. You see, the more I look and the older I get, the more I understand. The more I understand. There's a major problem. There's a major problem that has been brewing for a long time. And in these last few minutes I'm talking to you today, I wish to tell you that if you look at the book of Revelation, as I did again last night,